Okay, today we're taking a look at the new Cube Aerium C68 prototype bike, and this one, in fact, belongs to German talent Florian Angert, and we're taking a look at ahead of the Ironman World Championships. So there's actually going to be two of these bikes rolling around the course of the Ironman World Championships here in Kona. One with obviously Florian, the other with Lucy Charles-Barkley. Now there are a couple of big changes and upgrades to this bike. One is, of course, the disc brakes. The other, well, we'll get onto that very shortly, but there are still some similarities to the previous model. We've still got that twin head tube design, which is quite obvious at the front here. That helps to control the airflow and also improves its handling and stability in the crosswinds. We've still got this large area down here by the bottom bracket, filling in that void, which extends into the seat stays. But with that, there are some slight changes. So let's take a look at the front end. The reason we've come up here is because this straw popping out here is actually routed all the way down through the frame, and now we have a bladder housed in this area here. And that can store around 850 mil. It can be accessed from a little hatch door on the other side. I'm not about to remove that or open up because I don't want to break this bike ahead of the race for Florian. But that can also be removed. There's a little connector from the bladder to the straw, so that's nice and easy to swap in and out, clean, etc. As I say, the straw comes up, pops out here, and then there's a little magnet that it attaches to on the aero bars. Currently that is held on with gaffer tape, purely because Florian has only really just got this bike, so he's just literally just tweaking where that magnet's going to go, and then that will be bonded properly and look really neat. But as you can see, we've also got a hydration system at the front here, same as the old design. That stores around 750 mil. So 750 mil, 850 mil, and also bottles on the back. That is a lot of hydration on the go. And let's not forget, both of these can be refilled on the fly. In fact, this one has got a really neat system, so you actually can pop the straw off, and that magnet flips forwards. That opens up the access here so you can refill, and then when you flip that backwards, it closes so you don't get any splashing out. And for any eagle-eye viewers, you may have noticed these little bolts on the top tube here. That's actually for a bento box. So you can have a bento box that fits seamlessly behind this front hydration system. Obviously, Florian's opted not to have that bento box. We've actually spoken to him already. He's actually carrying all the carbs in his hydration. But having that bento box doesn't compromise the hydration system, because actually the straw comes out and through the bento box. And onto the handlebars and aero bar setup. So Cube have actually updated the base bar. So we've got this slightly thinner profile to the base bar, more curvature on the edges, and I believe it's actually available in two options. So this is the lowest and more aggressive profile, but there's also a slightly more relaxed profile that you can get to. And coming up from those, we've got the Cube aero bars. These are actually custom made. They're ergonomically made for Florian's arms, his forearms, and you'll actually notice he's also got this very cool computer mount that pops up, so it's nice and easily accessible and viewable from between his arms. Now moving on to some of the componentry and the setup for Florian on this bike. So he's running the SRAM Red ETAP Axis group set with that notorious sort of flat top chain design. On the front, he's running a 5441 chainring setup. Now, interestingly, should you want to run a 1x setup on this bike, all you need to do is remove the front mech, which is obviously incredibly easy with ETAP actually, and then Cube actually supply a little cover that would fill the area and that void where the front mech would go. So you've got this nice clean and sleek design, and obviously aero with that. Now, with this setup, Florian's actually running 170mm crank lengths. It's got a Quark power meter built into that, and then on the end, he's got the Wahoo Speedplay aero pedals. But with that 5441 chainring setup, he's paired that with a 1028 cassette on the rear. So quite a good ratio for this course. And as for the wheels, we've obviously got the Zip 858 NSW wheels, which are brand spanking new. On those, we've got the Schwalbe Pro 1 TT prototype tyres, 25mm on the front, 28mm on the back, and he's running them tubeless. And then finally, the saddle he's running is actually the oomiee Stride saddle. So oomiee do a lot with athletes in terms of getting the fit and the correct saddle for them. So this is a popular saddle we're seeing on a lot of the pros these days. On the back of that, we've actually got the bottle cage actually cable tied on. Now you can actually get a bracket that comes out of the seat post here, but because he's just running one, he's decided just to simply cable tie it on and keep it nice and close. Now I've also got to stop and chat about the paintwork here. This is obviously custom to Florian. It's absolutely brilliant. So it's got this really cool sort of slightly fade design with the blue into the white, but on top of that we've also got this really sharp and bright orange splatter effect. Also, you might be wondering what this is about here. This is actually almost a bit of a homage to the previous bike he was riding before receiving this, which actually had a slight kind of camouflage design. They've decided to keep that on this, as I say, as a bit of a homage to the previous bike. Okay, and finally, let's get the weights and the free hub sound check. Here we go. Oh, 9.76. Look at that. Now for the free hub sound check. Well, there we go. There's Florian Angert's bike ahead of the Ironman World Championships. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If so, please do give it a like. Get involved in the comments. Let us know what you think about this new bike from Cube. We don't have an exact date on the release of this bike, so you're just going to have to stay tuned for that. But as I say, if you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe.